Hi, my name is Natasha and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a all-day wear test and full review on the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Foundation. Before we get started, I'd like to say congratulations to Sarah. You are the shout out winner for this video. If you would like to win a shout out, leave a comment below and you will be entered. If you're new here, be sure to hit that red button and subscribe to my channel so that you can be notified of my future uploads. Alright, let's get into it. So I have a clean face, I have exfoliated and moisturized and ready to apply this foundation. So I opened it the other day whenever I first got it in the mail. It's not available in the stores in the US right now as far as I know, so I had to order it online, and I got this color I got it in the color F10. For those of you who have not watched my review on the Makeup Revolution Infinite Concealer, I highly recommend that you check that out. I will link that video below. I got the concealer and the foundation at the same time. I believe the foundation has been out for several months now. It's still rather new, but the concealer is a little bit newer product. So the Makeup Revolution originally came out with a conceal and define, conceal and what is the range? Yeah, conceal and define foundation and concealer long time ago, about a year ago, and people really liked it, but a lot of people complained about it not being hydrating and it being more on the drying side, so they came out with this one. It says that it is a radiance foundation with hyaluronic acid in it with medium to full coverage. And unfortunately, my foundation's pump happens to be stuck inside of the lid of this bottle. So that's just something I guess that I have to deal with because I did order it online. Whenever it comes out in the stores, you might not have that problem because you can just pick it up, take the lid off, and see if the pump is attached the way it should be or if it's stuck inside of the lid like mine. Fortunately, that's just what we have to deal with right now. I kind of did mess it everywhere because of that, so the packaging on here was not good in my experience, but it might have just had something to do with shipping and it just got stuck in the lid. Not a big deal, but it's supposed to be a nice pump. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this foundation and I'm going to put it down on a plate and then we're just going to apply it with a brush. So I put the foundation in a little bowl of mine and we're just going to take it and I'm going to apply it all over the face. This foundation is actually really nice to apply. It's very similar to my favorite Dream Radiant Liquid from Maybelline. It also has hyaluronic acid in it. It's also a hydrating foundation. Really love that. The tone of this one though is like really perfect for me. It's a really cool tone. This color F10 was supposed to be a cool tone. And as you can see, it's really, really red. It's got like a clay kind of red color to it, and not the biggest fan. I am not as tan as what I could be, but the tone of it still is not my favorite. It's applying really nicely. It's really smooth. It feels really great on my skin. It's really kind of dewy and nice. It says its coverage is medium to full coverage. Here you can see my beauty spot. It's doing a really good job of covering that up. You can still kind of see like I have a little breakout, and there I have a little darker spot that you can still see, but this is just one coat, so I'm sure I can build it up. But something that I've noticed with hydrating and more dewy foundations is that you don't really want to layer them because they kind of tend to break up a little bit different than normal like matte foundations that kind of just stay in place. Because it's dewy and it has more oil, I feel like it moves around a little bit more, and I just don't like the way that it looks whenever you layer these up or even just put too much. I might have even put too much of a of an amount on now. Like, I probably should have just done a few little dabs instead of more of a dip. But that's okay, because we'll test it out and we'll see how it goes. So a little trick whenever your foundation is a little too dark or the wrong shade for you, be sure that you blend it out into your neck and kind of get it kind of in as low as possible, and then blend that to make it a really soft, smooth transition, because then it just looks like that kind of matches in with your skin instead of just like a line like, oh, your face is a different color than your body. So pro tip right there. So right now the foundation looks like it's performing nicely. It blended out evenly. It's really nice to apply. The coverage seems really good. The tone of it is not my favorite, but there's a ton of other shades that you can choose from. The only downside right now has to do with me not being able to pick it up in the store and had to have it shipped. So I had to wait for it. The packaging was broken, and then of course my shade was a little off because I wasn't able to test it out in the store. But all of those things are factors of the availability of the product rather than the product itself. So because this foundation is so similar to my Maybelline Hydrating Radiant Liquid Foundation, I'm going to give you my thoughts at the end of the video on which one I would prefer more than the other, so be sure to stay for that. I'm going to be doing the rest of my face right now. We're going to do a quick little check-in after everything's done, and then at the end of the video we're going to be doing the end of the day wear test check-in. So my full face is done, and I went a little dramatic on my eyes today. I got a little excited and I started playing with these new Profusion, well, they're new to me, Profusion palettes. I just picked them up at Walmart for like $5 each. Isn't that crazy? And they've got great quality. So I'm going to be doing some more eye looks with these palettes. So if you don't already follow me on Instagram, you can go and check out my profile and see some of the work that I've been doing at Natasha Regard is my handle. But for the foundation, I really don't like it. I set it with some powders. I don't like the way that it looks on my skin. I don't like the way that how it was kind of went to matte, you know, setting it with a powder matte satin, and it's already starting to be like dewy. I'm not a fan right now. I do have some sharp highlight on there, so that's what you're seeing right here, and on my cheeks, but like right here, as you can see by my nose, I haven't even worn it for 2 hours and it's starting to do this. We'll see how it wears throughout the day, but I'm telling you right now, I'm going to assume the negative that it's probably going to be continue to break apart and continue to be more oily than I want it to be. I might even do an earlier check-in because I don't know if I'd want to sit with this on my face all day. So I'm back and it's almost 5 o'clock right now, and I just can't take it anymore. I think that what you're seeing right now kind of speaks for itself. This foundation has turned me into a extremely disgusting mess. I don't think that I've ever dealt with a foundation that does something like this, except for the old Maybelline, the Mousse foundation would do this to me. This is disgusting. I don't like it at all. I do live in Louisiana, and today, out of all of the days, is abnormally humid. We have about 90% humidity right now, so that might have something to do with it, but I don't think that any foundation should act like this if it is that humid anyway. That's just my personal opinion, and that's how I like my foundations to wear. I am normal to combo skin, so that's just the way that my body works. Maybe if you have really dry skin, you'd like this foundation, but personally, I would recommend, if you do have dry skin, to try out the Maybelline Dream Liquid Radiant Hydrating Foundation. It also has hyaluronic acid in it, just like this Makeup Revolution one, but you can find this one in the stores. Like right now, I think it might even be a few dollars cheaper than this Makeup Revolution one. You do get a little bit less product, but I do like the performance of this one a lot better. Also, the Wet n Wild one is the new dewy version for the photo focus range, is really good. Also, if you have dry skin, if you want to check it out, this one, the Maybelline one, is a good one, I think, if you have combo and dry skin. and the dewy one is really great if you're more leaning towards the dry skin. So overall, do I think that you should pick up this foundation if you have normal to oily skin? No, I don't think so. My personal opinion, if you have dry skin, then maybe you can try it out if you feel the urge to. Unfortunately, as you can see right now, it's just not pretty at all, and I'm so sad to say that because I've been loving their new makeup launches, their powder, their concealer. I love all of it. You know, it's really great. Their lip products, but this one is just not doing it. All right, I think you guys get the point. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also hit the red button and subscribe to my channel if you have not yet, and I will see you in my next video.